Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Inside the Den. Today we're going to take a look at Godsrule, and this is a free-to-play strategy game based in the browser. So let's get started. As you can see, I've kind of gone through the opening cutscenes and the opening tutorial. Now even once you get through the opening tutorial, one thing that I want to show you guys is that right here, this guy right here, very important. He's going to give you a bunch of different tasks. So it's kind of cool because it gets you through all the different things that are going on and pushes you along and gives you a lot of different resource bonuses. As you can see here, as you get the great tree to a certain level and stuff like that, then you're going to be able to claim stuff. You're also going to get different things like units out of this. Upgrade your barracks to level 2, you get a new unit, so we'll take that. You can see become victorious, win 10 battles. I've won 10 battles, so I can collect that. And then more than a tent, you built more than a hut, upgrade the house to level 4. Now right now I'm not going to gather this because it kind of is a waste, because it's just going to take and fill up my vault. Which real quick, we'll go take a look at our vault. I believe this is my vault. Yep. So you could look here, you'd see your building info. You can see right now my capacity is 1,500. You see I'm already over my capacity over here on my food. And that's basically just like a lot of these other strategy games. You do have different resources that you need to manage. So you've got food, you've got wood, you've got ore, then you've got these potions, and then you've got splinters. I can't remember, what are the potions called? Let me see. One of them, it's gonna tell me somewhere. Let me go in here. Maybe this one. Let's see here. They're mana. So there we go. Of course, potions. Why wouldn't it be mana? So now one thing you may see, like right there, to upgrade my sacred tree, if I want to upgrade it again to level 5, I need all of these resources. So I'm going to have to upgrade my vault quite a bit to be able to stockpile all that. But then the other big thing is that I have a build time of 18 hours. Now I can obviously speed that up. And one thing that I want to really stress to you guys right out of the gate, one thing that I noticed is that everything that you see in the game is just convenience based. So you can see, like, I can upgrade now, speed that up. Now if I go into the store, everything you see in the store is different things just like that. They're basically just to do automatic builds, to do speed ups by X amount of time. Then you've got cosmetic stuff, which you can get different emblems. These will be kind of your emblem. Then you've got kind of these taunts. There's not a lot of them, but there's a couple. You've got different titles that you can get into. There's all kinds of different ones in there. Some of them are pretty funny. And then you've got things like this that are on sale, which takes things down by 1 day, 50% off, and you can see it's 72. Now, one thing that's really nice, you have 134 gems. You say, well, you spent money. I didn't. The game actually gives you 250 gems to play with right out of the gate, so that's kind of cool. Now, as you take and you build up your base here, I guess your command center, I guess you want to call it, you see all these different trees around the outside. Now, to be able to move those trees and remove them, you can go like this, and you can do clear. You can also clear now for 10, but you can also take and spend some food and mana to actually clear that. So I'm going to go ahead and clear that. We'll clear that. It'll take about 7 minutes. We'll do some other stuff while that's being cleared, and then we'll show that will be cleared in a bit. Now, one thing that I want to show you guys is the upgrade system. Now, obviously, all of these buildings will upgrade, and you will need different things. Lumber, iron, splinters, and then a tree level of 2, of course. We're going to upgrade that for 1. Now, why did I upgrade that? Well, that gets very important because that's our ship. Now, our ship, if we have that nice and upgraded, we can then carry more units. And then these units we can then carry into battle, use those units, and we can have a nice variety of units like the Bramble Fiend or Volcana. Volcana is actually a spell, and you can see it does a lot of damage. Not real useful right now for me, but definitely useful to throw one of these Bramble Fiends in there. Now, one thing you'll see down at the bottom here, you see this capture. Now, the capture is very important because when you go into other regions, whether it be the PvE regions or the PvP areas, when you're battling other players, the faster that you can capture stuff, the better, because that means you'll speed your way to winning much more quickly. You can see like these spear guards, they capture at 15. They capture by a lot. You can also see another thing is as you go through each of these units, they've got a special ability. Damage to surrounding enemies. You've got volcanic rocks rain down, roots enemies in place, stuns enemies. So our there we go. Our little dock area, our harbor, just finished its upgrade to level 2. We can also take and see here We've got new territory access, and let's go ahead and click on it again. Upgrade. We don't have enough resources right now, so we could upgrade it just by spending 25, but we'll wait. We'll hang on. You can see when you upgrade, it opens new areas. It'll open Elfrath. So now, as we also upgrade our different, like our farm and stuff like that, it's going to increase the hourly rate. And when you're in your different farm or your mine or different things like that, you can see here, this will collect up, and then you can go ahead and hit collect. Now, I'm obviously not, well, I can do that right now. Sure, why not? So, and you can do this at any point in time, not our barracks, but at our lumber mill, at our farm, or at our mine, and collect all that stuff. And then you can utilize that to then move things up and progress things forward much more quickly. Now, in our barracks, we also have the ability to produce items. You can see here I can produce these 4, and you've got a couple of things that are locked right now. So you can see they require me to reach a certain progression level before I'm going to be able to unlock them. So, and these are Champion, Deadeye, Ripper, stuff like that. So now we're not going to go ahead and we're not going to use one of those right now, but we're going to go into a creature battle. And this is essentially the PvE. Now you could do a PvE battle this way, or you could do a PvE battle when you remove like the forest areas. There'll be different like these nodes of monsters. So you can go into ruins essentially, and then you can go in there and actually battle the monsters in there. Now you're going to see we're going to have this chessboard. Now it's not turn-based though, it is real-time. So give it 1 second. There we go. We're on our little chessboard. So the first thing we want to do is we want to start bringing out some of our units. And we'll bring out some of our units like this. And you can see some of the monster units are coming out. We're going to get this Bramble Fiend out, and then let's bring out another Spear Fighter. Now we can do a couple things here. We can grab all of our guys and we can make them go all attack, and they'll just waste through all these monsters. Now when you're in these PvE areas, you can see up here in the top you've got different waves, and they arrive every 15 seconds or so. So you want to plow through these as fast as possible, have your guys moving around, destroying these nodes, stuff like that. So we're going to take out these guys, we'll take out that one, and it'll automatically take out that one. We're going to start to capture this relic right here. Now you can see we've got to capture 2 relics to be able to capture this area and win the battle. Now of course, because I'm a lower level, it doesn't take long for me to do all these things, especially now that I've got some units that have progressed forward pretty well. As you can see, I'm almost one-shotting these monsters as they're popping up, and these relics are being captured pretty quick, especially since I'm using, this is the capture point that I was telling you about, especially since I'm using my Spear Fighters. And there we go, we've got victory. Now we got through that before I could even explain everything. Like up in the top left corner, you've got forfeit, so you can get out of there. And then you saw that I did a little drag and drop. You can also take and hold shift and click on each one of your units, and that'll select them all as a group. You can see down at the bottom here, you've got all your different units. You've also got your different spells, and you can get different spells from your actual research and buildings. We'll show you that in a second. You see battle XP 0, but I did get 145 splinters. So definitely useful when you're short on splinters to come and do these battles. So let's go ahead and continue. We're going to get back here. Let's show you guys some more of the buildings that we can build. So in here, this is what I was talking about. So we've got you can see these are all the buildings I pretty much have. I don't have a henge, and a henge gathers mana. So it'd probably be a good idea to go ahead and build one of these. Now all we need to do is find a nice open spot. We'll put it right there, and it will start building, and it'll be built in about 20 seconds. Now, additionally, when we go into here, we also have things like the temple. You can see we've got a few little resources we need before we're going to be able to build a temple, but it grants you access to occult units and also powerful spells. So getting yourself a temple pretty quick is going to be advantageous. So we're going to go ahead and cheat, and we're going to use 5 orbs, and we're going to build one right like that. So there we go. Now we've got production in the temple, which we can take and we can build Char, Chantress, or a Spite. And we can take and look at each of these, which is pretty cool. We can see what they each do. We can see what their capture is, speed. His damage is huge and his health is huge. So he's pretty beastly. Spite, he's basically a healer. You'd see health, kind of weak, damage, got some decent range, and then capture is pretty low. You showed that you can see down here they've got their population. So pretty cool stuff. One thing that I have to say is the graphical style of the game has definitely kind of pulled me in a little bit. Sometimes you see these games and the graphical style isn't really that pleasing, but the game is done by Sega and another company called Godsrule, and I think they really put a lot of their past experiences into the game, showing, you know what, these types of things are pleasing to players, so let's go ahead and use that. And then this is one of the spells, as we saw right there. Now we're going to go ahead and back out of that, and let's see, can we upgrade this building? we can't. We can for 35 gems, but we're not going to do that right now. And then we've got our hinge, which has been built. We need a little more lumber before we're going to actually be able to upgrade that. Now, we've got 1 more minute here, so while we've got that, let's go ahead and load up our ship. So you can see here we've got a bunch of different stuff. Now you can take and you can clear your ship. You can do a random fill, and you can see it's going to put a whole bunch of different stuff in there. I don't really like that, so I'm going to go ahead and put some of these guys in here. And then there we go. We've got 126 of 126. That gives me some of these guys that actually capture things pretty fast. So let's go to the battle map. Now this battle map is going to show me all different areas that I can go into and actually try and punish other players. So let's go ahead and let's get in there. It's got to load up here real quick, and then we will be able to start beating on another player's area. Dum dum dum. Oh, loading bar, loading bar, loading bar. So slow. It's pretty funny because before I was recording, of course, all of these loading bars went like lightning fast, and now that I'm recording, of course, it's going snail slow. So you can see here you got the Keepers of the Ancients, because it's 2 different factions: the Soul of Ascension and the Keepers of the Ancients. And then as you take and you progress through these different areas, you can see you do damage. You can see this one is under kind of contestation. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to go to Helgard, and we will go ahead, clan reward 3 Glacier Shock. All right. Well, that's territories locked. I can't actually get into that one right now. So you can see you've got a little lock right there. So we can go to here. Let's go here and let's get involved in this and see if. So you see you've got that. So now we want to pick the first monster, or the first guy that we're going to go ahead and bring out. Now we're going to go ahead and bring out this Bramble Fiend, and we're going to put him attacking right there. And now he's got to go ahead and do some damage to a few things. We can also bring out a Ranger, and then we can hold the shift and then start beating on these guys, taking them down rather quickly, because the big thing is we're gonna need to take these guys out pretty quick. Now when you're on these battlefields, you see, I was just gonna mention these crates. These different crates will pop up. Now we need to take and open up these little things that will allow us to start conjuring up some more of our other friends down here. So if we stand on these little nodes, it will allow us to start summoning more of our guys. So there we go. We've got him out. Now we've got all these guys out. Now we're going to go ahead and start capturing before another wave of monsters comes out. And as you can see, you've got kind of Jotun Ridge. We're working on capturing this area. So like I said, the more you bring out guys that can do 15, obviously the faster you're going to be able to capture these areas. Now these battlefields get much more hectic later on, and you've got guys coming from all different directions and stuff like that, and you're going to need to use these different little boxes, which you can see right here. What's this one going to do? Is somebody going to step on it and actually get it? These things can be all kinds of different stuff, but let's go ahead and we'll finish this up and get out of here. But early on, the combat is relatively easy, keeps it nice and simple. You can also do taunts, which, like, you call that an army. You can start taunting, and they've got all kinds of different ones, and we obviously won right there. So right there we got a bunch of battle XP. You see it's slowly progressing my command level up, and then we got some splinters, and we also got some ore. So you can see units summoned and all that different stuff. You can see right there kind of your overall overview of what happened in that battle. Now we've got these guys kind of migrating their way down. So we need to keep the heat on. So we'll go over here and we'll do a battle over here. Top clan reward is 450 food. So let's get in there, start attacking. Let's bring out one of our growlers. Let's get him on these guys. And you can see the backgrounds and of the areas. Each of them change depending upon where you are and what the kind of backdrop is or the climate of the area is. So let's go ahead and go over here. Let's get one of these guys out. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's kill these guys real quick. Now, occasionally there'll be another summoner circle right there. And that's basically when another player from the other side comes in and actually tries to contest me trying to beat this area. So if he shows up with a little summoner circle, he can start summoning his characters, and then we can take and actually battle it out in PvP action. So these are kind of these open areas where people can just go in and start fighting each other. Now right now I'm kind of skirting my way around and not ended up fighting anybody, so it's ending up making it nice and easy for me to contest and win these little areas. So we're almost done there. You can see we've got our challenge. We've got our summoning limit, which we've already reached. We can't summon anymore because we've used all of our little nodes. But we'll go ahead and capture this area right quick. You can see here you've got myself on this side. Obviously you have nobody on this side, but other players from your faction can actually jump in here and help you capture this much more quickly as well. You can also give your different little units in different orders. Go for the summoning stone, summon more units, in need of assistance, all that good jazz. So as you can see, you can get through these pretty quickly, and they help level you up. But let's go back to our village because we were having some fun there, and that should be done. There we go. So we did clear that space out right there. So that gives us more space to actually build. And you can see you'll actually be able to build a lot of different areas. And of course, as you level each of these little units or these different buildings up, they will actually gain in size and they change their look and their feel. And like the house, you can see this house right here is level 2 and this house right here is level 4. So you can see the difference between the two of those. But overall, you've got a nice little game in the browser. You can jump in real quick, set something to build, do a couple of battles real quick, and jump out of it. Do a couple of quests. Got pretty good music. Oh, we got a whole bunch of quests done. The Explorer, time for smelting. We got all kinds of quests that we've completed here. Let's knock all these out real quick and get all of our resources. We can do that. So, and you know, it doesn't take a lot of effort to really manage it, but later on you will, have a much bigger area and a lot more buildings. You'll have a lot more stuff going on and things of that nature, and you'll have a lot more battles, and you'll have your clan and all of that good jazz. So, but either way, like I said, it's a neat little browser game. Strategy looks good, sounds good. Something you guys might want to check out. So either way, I hope you guys enjoyed today's trip inside the den. Don't forget to subscribe and keep yourself updated as each new episode is released. Also, don't forget to comment and like these videos, as we really do appreciate that feedback. If you'd like to play or learn more about Godsrule, you can read our full review at MMODen.com or just click the link in the description. Till next time, thanks for watching.